Welcome back to all my Tasmanian Devils. I am your host from the East Coast, Tazzy Cookie, Made You Looky, and this week's episode, Weapon Strip, is going to be dedicated to the USAS-12, courtesy of East Temp for getting 18 likes on my last week's episode. That's how easy it is, folks. If you want me to feature a weapon, just leave a comment below, and if that comment gets a few thumbs up, that tells me one thing. Now, before I talk about my opinions and my thoughts on how the weapon handled throughout the week, I usually like to get my stats out of the way with first. The magazine capacity is 6 plus 1 round in the chamber, and with expended mags, I do believe you can run around with 11. Fire rate is 300 rounds per minute. Fire type is full auto to semi-auto. The reload time is 2.5 seconds if there's a few bullets expended out of the magazine, and then going up to 3.4 seconds if the magazine is completely dry. The damage is 16% at 8 meters, and then dropping down to 6% at 25 meters. Now, the USAS-12 pre-patch was absolutely ridiculous. It was honestly like shooting a C4 out of your barrel. And then I remembered thinking to myself, what just happened? How did I die? I would look at the kill feed and say, oh, okay, it's a shotgun, but I could have swore I died from an RPG or a SMA or a grenade, because the explosion that would happen in your proximity was just uncharacteristic for any type of shotgun. Now, I hope you just noticed what happened. I ran out of bullets with my USAS-12, so instead of panicking, I actually just took the time to pick up the enemy I just killed. Now, that kind of brings me to the noob category of the USAS-12. I think it really did earn its nickname before the patch because everyone was using it and it was so overpowered. But keep in mind, this weapon wasn't unlocked to level 43. So with that being said, I really hope by the time level 43 came around, you could consider yourself not a noob because you did learn the mechanics of the weapons and how the game actually handled. Now, doing this series Weapon Strip gives me the opportunity to try out different weapons that I wouldn't necessarily use. For example, the USAS-12. I stand clear of it, I never pick it up because you are considered a noob if you're caught with it in your hands. Alright, so what? I was a noob for a week on behalf of my subscribers. Now, if you want to call me a noob for using the USAS-12, that's fine, you can go ahead and do so. But in my opinion, I think it would take more skill to use this shotgun after the patch rather than prior to. So really, when they're calling people noobs for using this weapon, I think it's kind of incorrect because obviously it's nerfed down so much that out of all things, it probably takes more skill to use. Hopefully I didn't confuse you there. Let me explain, okay? If you're coming around a cluster of enemies that are right in front of you and they're all pointed in the other direction, which you will see here in a moment, if you might have the chance to take out one or two of those enemies, but the shotgun is so loud that it's going to let your enemies know that you're right behind them on their 6, and they're just going to wrap around, turn around, and shoot you in the head with one bullet. And, I mean, the shotgun itself takes about 3 bullets to kill an enemy. That's what I found throughout the week, and I'm sticking to it, to tell you the truth. But how many cookies out of 5 this shotgun gets? You might be asking yourself. I'm going to give it 3 cookies out of 5. Now, the reason why I'm giving it 3 cookies out of 5 is because the damage behind the bullet is somewhat still there, and you know, it is a fun weapon to use, and if you get lucky, you can take out a lot of enemies, but more than 9 times out of 10, it did take me 3 bullets to kill the enemy. So that's why I'm going to give it 3 cookies out of 5. Now, before I actually leave you guys on this commentary this week, I'm going to let you know which ideal attachments I would highly suggest using for this shotgun. Any red dotted sight or holographic sight in particular I would suggest, and if you do have the foregrip unlocked, I would highly recommend that as well because it does reduce a little bit of the recoil. So as always, you Tasmanian Devils, I really hope you enjoyed this week's commentary, and as always, I'm Tazzy Cookie, and until next time, I'm signing out.